power of a Saiyan and the rage of a beast. Today on the channel, guys, we are going to take a look at one of the newest premium Bandai SH Figuarts that came from Dragon Ball Super. And guys, that is Beast Gohan, one of the newest Dragon Ball Super SH Figuarts coming straight out of the Dragon Ball Super movie. I am Snook, and today we are gonna deep dive into Beast Gohan. So if you wanna figure out how to get your hands on this exact figure right here of Beast Gohan, stick tuned to the later half of the video and we'll talk about that. But let's go ahead and dive right into Beast Gohan. Alright guys, so getting up close and personal with the Beast Gohan, there are a couple things on this box I want to point out, which are some educational and also just aesthetic. First thing are the colors. I do not like this brown, gold, or whatever figure color they call this. I think it is really gross, and I don't know why they keep putting these on the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie figures, but also Gohan has the same scheme, so if you have the other figures, it's going to match. It's going to go with the aesthetic that every other Dragon Ball Super figure has, but it does still have that goldy brown, and I really don't like it. The other thing is going to be his name here. I really like the metallic sheen that they went right here. It's almost like a foil. The one thing I don't like about it is I don't like the fact that it is metallic straight on clear. It is very hard to see, especially when it's on that clear background. There's no color behind it, so I kind of wish they would have done like maybe a little shadowing or maybe like a stroke or something behind the lettering to help it pop a little bit more, because it is very shiny. It does look very nice, but just something to give it a little bit more oomph so we can actually see that really nice metallic. And before we go to the second part of what's on this box that I want to talk about, let's just give this guy a nice spin so we can look at everything on the box. Looks really nice. The side pieces look really nice, the pictures of them. Still got that brown there though. And then all the pictures that they've got going on. It looks really, really cool. And then of course we have the open window on this side. It still has that metallic. And again, it's pretty hard to see. And I feel like that was a weird choice. So let's get into the second thing I want to talk about, and that's going to be these logos at the bottom. You probably don't think these are very significant. They just kind of tell you who it is, where it's from, and all that kind of stuff. But they're actually a lot more significant than you think, and there's two reasons for that. So let's go ahead and identify what these logos are first, and then we'll talk about the significance. So from left to right, we've got the Toei sticker, then we've got the series it's from. This is gonna vary between Dragon Ball Super to Chainsaw Man or whatever series you're collecting. The series logo will be present there. Then we've got the Tamashii Nation sticker, and of course the Bandai. And what this mysterious logo is going to be underneath the Dragon Ball Super logo is going to be the identifying mark of a premium Bandai. Now, if you are going to eBay or other secondary markets or buying off Facebook or going to a comic shop and you want to know what is general release or what's premium Bandai, how do I know, Snook? How do I identify? Is this a general? Is this a good price? Is this a hard figure to find? Well, this is going to identify if it's a premium Bandai. Premium Bandais are pretty hard to find out in the wild, and you usually have to go to secondary markets, or at that part, maybe individuals through eBay or Mercari. So when you're looking on there, this is going to identify if it's a premium Bandai, or if this is blank, it's going to be a general release. And the two logos you want to look out for when you're buying on those sites are going to be the series logo and the Bandai logo. These two logos, and maybe now that the Tamashii one is now on the box, they used to not be on the box, those logos will be absent. They will be very, very absent. The premium Bandai sometimes will show up on those fakes, but if it is a fake, it cannot have the Bandai or the series logo, and maybe the Tamashii logo now as well, because those are trademarked. So if you're going to the sites and you're looking for this figure and you happen to miss them on premium Bandai and you see a price that's probably too good to be true, it probably is. Check the bottom of the box, check the pictures, make sure it's got all these logos, because that's going to be a big tell if it's going to be legitimate or not. All right, guys, so let's move over and take a look at everything that this Gohan comes with. Let's go ahead and throw it down here. We got the top down. We've got everything to lay out. So let's go ahead and take a look at inside the package of what we got. Pull it out here. Let's go ahead and throw this out of the way. We don't need it. And we'll go ahead and take off the clamshell here. Taking a look at everything inside the package we've got, guys, we've got 4 faceplates, including the one that's on him. for the Beast Gohan. And then we've got the extra faceplate there. This is the angry yelling face that you can put on your Ultimate Gohan. But I don't have that Ultimate Gohan, so I'll throw up a photo of what this faceplate looks like on that figure. Then going to the hands and the arms. When I say arms, there's two sets of arms. You've got your standard ones that all your fists go onto. These are pretty standard what they come with. And then we've got the crossed arms. These you can detach from the figure itself. Go ahead and pop those shoulders on. This one is very difficult. I had a hard time taking those shoulders off and popping them on. So just be aware of that there is some hindrance when putting these crossed arms on. Moving down to the hands, we've got the special beam cannon hands, we've got the blaster hands, the grappling hands, and of course the fighting hands. These are pretty standard on what we get in SH Figuarts with the Dragon Ball line. There's not a lot of excitement there for this figure when it comes to those things, but the cool thing and the very exciting part is this guy right here. This is actually going to be the special beam cannon. This thing looks fantastic. If you have not seen the movie, this might be a little bit of a spoiler, but yes, Gohan actually performs the special beam cannon during the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie. This is incredible the way they defeat Cell Max in the movie, and it is all to do with this effects piece. This thing looks fantastic. From top to bottom, it is translucent. There is a light tip of white there, a little bit of shading. Other than that, it's just a straight column of translucent plastic molded to a special beam cannon hand. Now, this can be a really divisive by the community because they attach the hand to the special beam cannon. I'm not a big fan of that because this part can break. If this does break, the only hinge point or the support that this special beam cannon has is going to be the arm itself when you attach it to Gohan, and then also the stand that comes right here in the box. As you can see, you get one stick and the actual base. So if this breaks here, it's only going to be able to be supported on this end, and it's going to be really hard to pose it if you're going to try to pose it with, say, this hand, the other special beam cannon, the empty one. So I'm not a big fan of that. I kind of wish they would have done something a little bit different, maybe gave us like maybe a clip in the middle to support it. Then that way we could just butt it right up against here. We could use this special beam cannon for our Piccolo or however we want to, because more options the better. Now that we talked about everything that comes inside your Beast Gohan, let's move over and talk about articulation, because there are some points I want to point out when it comes to the articulation of this Gohan. All right, so let's go ahead and take Gohan out of the box and take a look at him closely. Now, if you guys have noticed, everything on him right now is going to be the standard that is usually on him when you first take him out of the box. He's got his fists on, he's got his standard straight-laced face, but the thing I want to point out right out of the box, which is fantastic, is going to be his hair. His hair is a nice shading from a dark gray around the roots, and it's going to slowly transition to more and more white towards the tip of his hair. Now, if you guys were wondering, the height of this figure from the bottom of his feet to the top is about 5.5 inches or roughly 14 centimeters. So if you want a size comparison, I will put him down right here, and we're gonna bring out the fourth form Goku. We're gonna bring out the standard $35 version of the Shippuden Naruto, and then also we have Luffy. So these are all pretty much brand new releases except for this guy. I know he goes for restock quite often, but that's just a light comparison of the size of these guys. So they are pretty standard, around 6 inches, maybe a little less. So it kind of just gives you a rough idea on how tall this Beast Gohan is. So let's go ahead and move these guys out of the way and take a quick look at the articulation. So first thing, we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up. So he's got his light tail bend, pretty good there. He's got the ankle, so it can swivel this way and it can tilt this way, and we actually have that side to side action as well. So moving up to his knee, it is a double hinge right there, one hinge there, one hinge there. It can actually bend more than 90 degrees, which is very uncommon for Dragon Ball figures. So moving up to his thigh, he's got that thigh swivel. He can actually bend and do these splits, which is really nice for posing, which is quite nice because you can actually spread them quite far out and actually create a nice deep-seated squat. So whenever he's charging or doing the special beam cannon, it actually has that capability of you really being able to get him really low. So he's doing a charge pose and all that, which is really nice.
So moving up to his torso here, let's go ahead and get these arms out of the way. We will talk about those here in a second. And it is going to be pretty basic. We've got the side to side there. And this piece right here, the belt, is actually kind of a loose piece, but kind of jammed on there. It is its own individual piece, and his side to side is all right. Here is ab crunch. I'm gonna let you decide if that is good enough for you. And of course the back bend as well. The only thing with the back bend that I don't like, so if he looks up, it looks kind of awkward and doesn't really work. And also you create this gap right here where you can actually see the hinge. I don't know if you guys can see that, if it makes out on camera very well, but there is a gap right here when you make them lean back so far. So moving up to probably the biggest problem in this figure, in my opinion, and that's gonna be the shoulders. I love the soft gi. I think this is fantastic. I love how it hides the hinges here and all the stuff that you've got going on. But right here in the shoulders, this is also soft plastic. As you can see, I'm moving it around. It looks aesthetically really, really nice. So don't get me wrong on there. The only thing I don't like about it is the hindrance. It definitely hinders when you go to use your butterfly joints and push these together. When you do that, it creates tension here and won't allow the freedom for him to put those shoulders together. That is a big hindrance and kind of a learning experience. It is not a game breaker in any means, but it does hinder it right here, and I really don't enjoy that. Now moving down the arm, we've got his bicep swivel on his shoulders. Like I said, we do have butterflies. They're very small, but they are restricted by this rubber arm sleeve. We've got a double hinged elbow here. So his elbow and his arm can actually condense pretty well right there and looks really fantastic. Moving down the wrist, this is just a standard ball joint, moves all the way around, and these are pretty easy to swap out. You just pull off a hand there, you'll expose this little knob, and inside the hands, you can actually see the crevice there. You just put on. Now, if these figures are tight and hard to move around, do not force them because you can break them, and trying to get extra parts for your wrists, your necks, all of that is pretty tedious. You have to try to find a reliable company that makes them because Tamashii doesn't make their own. So just be wary of that. There is the hot water dip method that you can use. If they are tight, you can dip them in water, boiling water for just a few seconds and pull them out. It should loosen them up, but just be very careful that you don't melt the figure because these are plastic. So moving up to his face here, guys, you can actually push his face all the way down and his nose almost hits his chest. There is quite a bit of range there looking down. Now looking up, this is where we kind of are hindered a little bit. Now he doesn't really have anything back here that's stopping his head motion from going back. It is just the shelf plastic of the back of his neck there that is really stopping and making him look up. So that's all we've got, and pretty much his look up, quote unquote, is him just looking straight. So that's pretty pitiful. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they didn't just cut out his neck a little bit more for us to be able to move up and down. That's an unfortunate thing that we have to look at when it comes to reviewing this figure. Now, if you want to change out his faceplate here, guys, it is pretty simple. You just grab a hold of his bangs here and his whole face comes off. Yes, this is horrifying, so we'll set that aside. And this is what it looks like. It's gonna be two pieces, and you're just gonna pull this down. So there's two pegs in the bottom of his hair that you can see there, the two bottom pegs in the top of the faceplate, and the two pegs on the back. We'll just take a new faceplate. So we went from the not serious face to the yelling face. We'll see those two top pegs there. We take those and we link them up to the top of the bangs. So we'll shove those in there. And then we've got this floating piece with all these peg holes that will line up with the headpiece. So we'll just go ahead and pop that in there. And it's that simple. The face plates, they do make them pretty easy to swap out. The hands are pretty easy to swap out. It's the crossed arms, and I'm not gonna do it for you guys here because I think for my B-roll that I shot, it took me probably about 15 to 20 minutes to get his crossed arms on, and I'm not gonna do that.
Now, with the release of Beast Gohan coming to the public, this guy was originally a premium Bandai. Premium Bandai is a website that these exclusives come out to for the United States and Japan. Now, he is currently sold out on Premium Bandai because they do sell out prior to release. Now, if you want to find out the differences between Premium Bandai, I will talk about that quite often on the channel, and when there is a new release coming out for the Dragon Ball line, I do cover it right here on the channel, and I tell you how to get a hold of your figures. We did that video for Beast Gohan a couple months ago when he was first announced. Now, guys, he was $65 US. I have seen him on third-party markets for around $100. I feel like if you can get a post-launch figure for around $100, I kind of feel like that's pretty reasonable. So if you're looking out for a Beast Gohan, I highly recommend him. I'm not a big Dragon Ball Super fan, but I do really love this figure. It is very well built. It looks fantastic. It looks straight out of the movie, and also with the minor hindrances of him looking back and the gap in his chest, and also the hindrance of the shoulders, it does not break it for me for this figure. I truly believe that this is probably one of the best Dragon Ball Super figures that they have made in a long time. So if you want to get yours, go out to the internet, or if you want to, join the Discord. I'll leave a link down in the description below to join the Discord. On there, guys, we just talk about everything collectibles. We help each other when things are coming out, and when things are re-released like Bardock and Super Saiyan 3, we cover those on the Discord. So if you happen to miss those figures, we do announce them over there. So if you want to join up, I'll leave a link down in the description below for that Discord. It is free to join. All I ask is you bring your positive attitude and your knowledge that you have for collectors, or the appetite of knowledge you want to learn, to the Discord so we can grow and collect together. You guys have probably heard me say 1,000 times that I'm a Dragon Ball Z exclusive collector. So why do I have a Son Gohan Beast form of Dragon Ball Super in my collection? Well, guys, we are right here on the channel going to give this Beast Gohan, the one we just reviewed today, away to a loyal subscriber. Now, there are a few things you must do to enter your chance to win this giveaway. You must be subscribed to the channel, and also down in the comments below, I need you to type out the word Beast in all caps, and that will enter your chance to win this Beast Gohan. Now, we are going to make the drawing for this giveaway once this video, the review of Beast Gohan, hits 125 likes. So we must hit that threshold for us to actually give this away. One entry is being subscribed and hitting the comment down below. And then if you want a second entry into this giveaway, go over my Instagram and give me a follow. That is Collecting Snook over on Instagram. And also hit me in a DM. Let me know that you found me over on YouTube and you enjoyed the videos. Well, guys, let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed this review. If you like me doing stuff like this on the channel, just let me know down in the comments below so I can continue making the content that you like. And also, guys, if you are a big SH Figuarts collector or interested in the product, right here on the channel, we talk about everything coming out for SH Figuarts. We do breakdowns, we talk about collectibles, restocks, anything that you guys need to know to how to get your hands on those collectibles. Right here on the channel, we cover it, because right here on YouTube, we collect together. And if you want to be a part of that community, just hit that subscribe button, add this channel to your collection. And guys, thank you so much for watching the review. I have been Snook, and I'll see you in the next one.